Welcome to aminacademy.com. Let us discuss about astronomical instruments. Some introduction we'll see now. If you look at the sky when you are far away from the city lights, there seem to be a overwhelming number of stars up there. In reality, only about 9,000 stars are visible to the unaided eye from both hemispheres of our planet. The light from most stars is so weak that by the time it reaches the earth, it cannot be detected by the human eye. We learn about the vast majority of objects in the universe that our unaided eyes simply cannot see. In this video, we describe the tools that astronomers use to extend their vision into space. We have learned almost everything we know about the universe from studying electromagnetic radiation as discussed here. In the 20th century, our exploration of space made it possible to detect electromagnetic radiation at all wavelengths from the gamma rays to radio waves. The different wavelengths carry different kinds of information, and the appearance of any given objects often depends on the wavelengths at which the observations are made. Now, we will describe the three basic components of the modern system of measuring astronomical sources, describe the main function of telescope, describe the two basic types of visible light telescopes, and how they form images in continuous videos. Now, let us see the introduction about astronomical instruments. Astronomical instruments are tools used to observe, measure, and record data about celestial objects and phenomena, including telescopes, spectrometers, and detectors. Telescope. There are optical instruments that use lenses or mirrors for a combination to gather and focus light from distant objects, allowing for clearer viewing and analysis. This is a telescope. Spectrometers. What is that? These instruments separate light into constituent wavelengths, providing information about the composition and temperature and celestial objects. Detectors. These devices like CCD cameras and particle detectors are used to capture and record the light or particles emitted by celestial objects, enabling detailed analysis. Some other instruments, radio telescopes. These instruments are used to detect radio waves from space, providing insights into regions obscured by dust or gas. Interferometers. These combine signals from multiple telescopes to achieve higher resolutions and detail. Satellite and space probes. These platforms carry instruments to observe the universe from space, beyond the limitation of the Earth's atmosphere. Historical instruments. In olden days, early astronomical instruments included astrolabes for measuring altitudes of stars and planets, armillary spheres for representing celestial positions, and sundials. Three basic concepts of modern system of measuring astronomical sources. The three fundamental concepts of modern system of measuring astronomical sources are telescope to collect light, a wavelength sorting instruments to separate light by wavelengths, and a detector to record the observations. Telescope, further explanation. A telescope acts like a light bucket, collecting the focusing light or other electromagnetic radiations from distant astronomical objects. The larger the telescope aperture, the diameter of the primary lens or mirror is called aperture, the more light it can gather, allowing for the observation of fainter objects. Wavelength sorting instruments. These instruments separates the incoming light into its constituent wavelengths, creating a spectrum. This allows astronomers to study the composition, temperature, and motion of celestial objects. Examples include spectrograms and polarimeters. Detector. What are detectors? After the light is focused and sorted, a detector captures and records the signal. Modern detectors include CCDs, large coupled devices, and other specialized sensors that are sensitive to different wavelengths of radiation. Now, in further videos, we'll discuss further about the instruments. Now, we are done the introduction of telescopes, that is astronomical instruments. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.